Hello friends, welcome to educators.com. I am Preeti Rathi. In last video we have discussed about control structure switch, and now in this video we are going to learn while and do while loop. The topics which we are going to cover are repetitions structure in C, while statement, then flowchart for while statement, then we'll discuss about do while statement and flowchart for do while statement. In programming, multiple times we have to repeat some structure. So instead of repeating that structure, we can use loops. A repetition structure allows the programmer to specify that an action is to be repeated while some condition remains true. There are three repetition structures we have in C language: while loop, for loop and do while loop. In most software, the statement in a program may need to repeat for multiple times. For example, if we want to calculate factorial of n, and if n is 10,000, so it's not a good idea to multiply 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 like this till 10,000. Instead of that, we can use some loop. So loop is a control structure that represents a loop body, that is a group of statement which has to be repeated in a program. There are three C loop control structures we have: while loop, for loop and do while loop. Now the syntax for while loop is while, the loop repetition condition, and then a block of statement. The loop repetition condition is a condition which controls the loop. So the statement will be executed till the condition remains true. A loop is called as infinite loop if loop repetition condition is always true. In that case, we may have to use some if-else in the loop and execute break to come out of the loop. This is the flowchart for while loop. If we want to calculate simple interest for 3 times, so instead of repeating the same lines of code 3 times, we can use loop. Here we have started with the count as a 1, then we are checking the condition that count is less than or equal to 3. If the condition is true, then it will enter in the loop. We will ask for the input, that is p, n and r value. Then we are going to perform calculation, that is p into n into r divided by 100 is a simple interest, and then finally print the interest. Then the counter will be incremented by 1. Again this flow control will go back to the condition. It will check whether the count is less than equal to 3. So this will continue till the condition becomes false. As soon as this condition becomes false, the application will come to end. Means control will come out of the while loop. Now do while statement. Do while statement is also used for repetition structure, but the only difference is, in case of do while, we first executes body of the while loop and at the end we check the condition. Like the syntax is do, the all statements, and at the end while and loop repetition condition. So here the statement is first executed and then the condition will be checked. If the condition is true, it will be repeated again. Once the condition becomes false, it will come out of the loop. But the difference is, in case of while loop, sometime if condition is false initially, the loop will not be executed. But in case of do while loop, the loop will be executed once because condition is checked at the end. So if we have a requirement that at least once the loop should be executed, we should go for do while loop. Now the flowchart for this do while loop. Here again we can have initialization, then body of the loop, increment, and now the condition is at the end. If condition is true, we'll go back to the body of loop, and this will iterate till the condition becomes false. As soon as condition becomes false, control will come out of the loop. Now we'll check out this while loop and do while loop practically. Now we'll check out one example of while loop. We will have a variable I which will be assigned to 1. Then suppose I want to display value of I for 5 times, that is 1 to 5. Then I can go for a while loop where I'll check that iterate till I is less than or equal to 5. And then here we'll print the value, that is I equal to %d. And then we are going to increment value of I. So now if I'll execute this, we can see that I equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like this is given. If I want a new line to be added, then I can just have \n over here. Now if I'll execute this, we are getting I equal to 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5 on new lines. So here first it will check for the condition. If condition is true, it will enter in the while loop. At the end of the loop we are incrementing our counter and again checking with the condition. As soon as condition becomes false, it is coming out of the loop and the next statement after loop will be executed. Now this curly bracket, if we don't give this curly bracket, so it's not mandatory, but in that case it will consider only the first statement after while loop as a part of loop, so which will not satisfy our criteria here. So if I'll execute this, the I increment will not be done and the application will be stuck. So whenever we want to grab multiple statement as a part of while loop, we have to give it in a bracket. Again one more point I'll note over here, that if I give one semicolon here, so semicolon will not give compile time error because it is a valid statement. So there is no error. But what will happen, that if I'll give semicolon, this semicolon becomes part of while loop and every time till the condition is true it will just execute semicolon. So as I counter is not working, this I++ it's not able to reach till I++, so I's value will be 1 only and it will be less than 5 endlessly. So it will be stuck there. The application will be stuck in the while loop itself. Now this warning we can avoid by giving some return type here. So this, if I'll compile it, it won't give any error, but if I'll execute it, will not get any output because application is stuck there. So after while, semicolon should not be given. Now the next thing is, if I give some criteria which will become endlessly true. For example, directly I can give true, or suppose I'll give some value as a 5. So 5 is an integer value and any non-zero is true in C. So this condition will be true endlessly. It will go in an infinite loop. So sometime we may need infinite loop, but then inside while loop we can give criteria that on satisfying that criteria we can call break and come out of the loop. Break we'll discuss in detail in another video. Now do while, when we have do while, the condition is bit different, that first we execute the loop body this way and at the end we check for the condition. If the same example I want to convert in do while, so I can have it this way: I is less than equal to 5. So here this semicolon is part of syntax, so it is mandatory. Now here we'll first execute it. You can see again the same output we are getting. So first it will execute this body, that is print and I++, then it will check for the condition. So in every case, once at least the loop will be executed. Even if the condition is not satisfied, suppose I is made as 6, which is not less than or equal to 5, still once the condition will be executed. So we can say that in the difference between while and do while is, do while gets executed once, at least once, even if the condition is false. Whereas in case of while, first condition is checked, so if condition is false, it won't be executed. Sometimes we have the requirement that at least once it should execute and then check the condition. For example, suppose I need input from the user and the input should be an even number. Then only I want to proceed. So here I'll ask for the input, that is enter even number. Then I'll read that value using scanf %i. Then we want to check that this value should be even, then only we want to go ahead. So the condition will be if I have, I'll find out the remainder of I if it is divided by 2, and if it is not equal to 0, that means it is an odd value, right? So if it is an odd value, we want to again and again ask for the value, and once the value is even, then we'll come out of the loop. Here we can display that value which is a even using printf. Now if I'll execute this and if I'll give some odd number, so it will ask again for the number. Again I'll give odd number, it will again ask for the number. But as soon as I'll give even number, it will come out of the loop and executes even number is 4. So this way we can make it to execute at least once, check the condition at the end. So this is about while and do while loop. Now in next tutorial we will check out about for loop. Thank you.